Megan.
Oh, hold on. I'm not plugged in yet. Oh, you know what? You guys have an adapter? Another one?
I probably do.
No. We have an adapter, yeah.
If not, I mean, I can wear the headphones. Okay.
Hey, buddy, getting ready to start. Let's do. I need my private karaoke. Hey,
Check that drawer. It might be in the drawer.
I can't hear you because I'm not plugged in.
Drawer.
You don't have one in your desk, do you, Vic?
No.
Vicky? I'll just pop the headphones on.
What happened to it? Did the pootie take it? It didn't leave the studio. There's no way. Here, can I give... Oh, he's got an adapter.
Oh, he does?
He takes it. If not, can we use this adapter for yours and let me wear that?
I don't mind
Whatever.
wearing them.
No,
Whatever.
it's too much for your hair and stuff.
Yeah.
No.
No, I don't mind.
No.
Oh, I'm plugged in, boys.
Hi.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey, Joe, could you turn my volume down just a smidge?
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Better?
think I have the most sensitive ears. You can go more. Yeah, that's great. Thank
Okay.
you.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm getting there. Come on. Okay. Oh. Good morning, Tanya.
Selena Ford's in chat.
Hey, Megan. How are you, girl? I agree. The birthday boy looking young.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
49. How does it feel to be 49? I mean, you've got 1 year left before you get into the big leagues.
Well, I had to test myself yesterday. I did something on the treadmill I hadn't done in a while. I'm doing a lot more. Megan says, great to see you.
Great to see
I know
her.
we kind of
Great
popped
to-
you in as a surprise
I
today.
know.
We should have had you
For the birthday.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you deserve, the best.
Well,
I mean, no, not that I'm not saying
not to
the
be-
best. I mean,
no, of course.
I'm just glad that I'm here to be able to celebrate part of your day.
I
with
mean
you.
this in a respectful manner. You could have come in out of a cake or something.
I could have, but I'm going to leave that to Joe.
That was for Joe. I was looking at Joe when I said it, and he immediately laughed.
Joe's
Megan says
Joe's
she
gonna keep doing
loves
it.
Megan. Well, when you are here, the energy's up. You know that. We get excited
Aw,
about that.
thanks.
Actually, we've been trying to get you on the show, and we'll talk more about it for a long time. You and I talking lacrosse
Yes.
led to this, and it just happened to be the
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
You look great. You
Thanks,
talk about
so do
younger.
you.
Did you do something else to your face? Because you look way young.
No.
Like
but
10 years younger again.
I do?
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, remember I had that
No bullshit.
I had
I
I had that CO2 laser done a
Does it
while
take
ago.
a while to?
6 months, they say.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. But
I've learned a lot about that
but
stuff
my
from.
sinuses are a mess. So I know I hate wearing glasses on the show because of the glare, but I can't wear my contacts because my eyes are.
I've learned a lot about
horrible.
the face from you, and then of course Tasha over at Statica Med Spa in Lake St. Louis, who helps me try to look younger.
Yeah, I mean,
Megan's bestie.
we gotta go down fighting, or not go down. Like, let's not go down. Let's keep fighting.
Hey, Selena, right now we don't have the stars option, but if you were sending stars and if it was $5 over, I mean, you're more than welcome to do the donations at PayPal, Venmo. We're grateful.
Thank you, Terry.
Yeah, people are gonna be excited to see you in.
Hey, Greg. Well, I think I told you, Greg, that I'm not checking. I don't have Messenger or Facebook for all of Lent. So, but I'll make sure that.
Are
as
you
more
serious?
people- yeah, and I feel so bad because I don't even look.
What a great one to give up, especially if
Yeah,
you're using it.
Yes. And not that I'm a big Facebook person anyway, but it was really necessary because for whatever reason, it started getting people were getting really angry and volatile on Facebook. I was like, what is going on? So I'm just like, that's going to be my purge.
The purge. Has it been difficult?
Oh gosh, no. I mean, like I totally forgot, but I'm going to have a lot of messages to return from Messenger, and 90% are cancel this listeners who I love, who I've really grown to have like a relationship with.
No, you
and we
talk to them all day long.
Oh yeah, like I talk to them like regularly, but that's part of that, and so I just have all notifications off. So yeah.
Joe, are you resetting the music?
I thought we'd do quiet for a while.
No, that's not a good idea. Although I like how you played that
Quiet
off.
time.
That was good, buddy.
Hi, Kimberly. How are you doing? Hey, Tanya. It's great to hear from you. I hope you're doing well and everyone in your family is happy and healthy. You guys, has it just been like crazy with all of this? I mean, just awesome Trump stuff and the cabinet stuff, you know, just with.
We just gotta let you go. We gotta let you go at it today.
This guy, I mean, it has just been nonstop. It's like he brought an army in and just they're in the front lines. That's how I feel.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yes. Thanks, Kimberly. I've missed you all too. That's for sure. Thanks, Karen.
All right, Monday. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for jumping in. We'll get started here in a little bit. Show before the show.
It's Monday.
Trying to get some things out there. Monday.
Gosh. This weekend flew by.
Robert says, happy birthday, Victor Faust. Including your middle name is what they do for assassins, so I refuse. Victor Joseph Faust. John Wayne Booty. You know, I mean, assassins, it's
They
always the
use
three names.
Yeah.
Joe, what's your middle name?
No.
It's what?
Joseph
don't-
what?
I don't want to say my middle
Wait a
name.
minute. We've worked with
Let
you
me
for this
see.
long, and
Okay,
you
don't
no,
don't
know
no,
know
my
let's guess.
middle name,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
no, let me guess. Give me the first letter.
P.
I
Poindexter.
know somebody in chat knows it.
No, give me the first letter. I love to guess.
It's G.
Okay, let me ask you this. Are your parents Catholic?
No.
Okay, so it's not Gerard.
No,
Okay.
no.
Well, my Nolan's middle name's Gerard for Saint Gerard. Okay.
I like that name,
so-
but Gerard to me is very like high, like hello, like
Yeah,
high class, high
like
society.
Gerard Butler.
Joe would never
So
allow
I'm
that.
not high
High
class.
class.
You didn't let me
huh?
finish.
All right.
Joe would never
Gary.
allow that name.
Is it Gary?
No, Gary's too normal.
Gene. Am I close?
No. Oh, yeah.
Gordon.
Wow.
Is it okay? Hold on. Is it a long? How many letters is in it?
And it's not George because George isn't bad. What?
You got it?
Yeah.
Me, actually,
Oh.
Megan got it from the chat line.
Oh, I like it.
What's wrong with
Joseph
George?
George?
George is
Oh.
very distinguished.
sounds-
It's the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Which way did it go, George? Which way did it go?
Oh,
Oh, I don't know.
no.
I think you sound very regal, Joseph George. If you don't mind.
Yeah, we're getting started. We might start just a little bit later. Oh,
Hey, Donna.
it's nice. My favorite person on local news
That's
just
true,
sent me
Robert.
a happy birthday.
Oh, that was great.
Like the one awesome, really good local news anchor.
Elliot, your
No.
bestie.
No. No. The lovely Jasmine Huda.
Oh, that was nice.
Yes,
Talk
love
about
Jasmine.
a pretty woman. That girl is so pretty.
Yeah, you can watch Fox 2 to watch Jasmine. Love her and her husband. People, very sweet man. You meet him, you never know. He is a trained and trains as like a ninja warrior.
Really?
Swords. The dude is like a master with very
Wow.
sharp swords.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
When you start getting into swords.
Peter, the banker, and his sharp swords tonight on Netflix.
Yes.
Joe, you laughed.
Joseph George.
See?
Mhm. I like it. Yeah, Vic, what's your fourth name? Your confirmation name?
That is Albert.
Yeah. I like
After
it.
St. Albert,
Yeah.
the Great. I like to just
Good.
go with the Great. Great is the fourth name.
So you just want us to call you the Great?
Yeah, the Great. Wouldn't that be nice?
Forget it.
Well, I do believe
Forget
in
Vic.
manifestations and telling yourself positive affirmations.
There you go.
My name is Victor Joseph Faust. I'm going to be great today. I promise
the
myself.
Great. That's right.
My God. Yes, I'm great. Like my tariffs. Have you seen what they did in a week? Oh, Derek Pratt. Derek Pratt, blast from the past. Derek, do you remember Derek?
I
Of
remember
course, Derek
Derek,
says happy
yeah.
birthday. Checking in. Lizzie checked in today.
Nice.
I said, Lizzie, I talked about you last week and Megan, but all the wonderful work you've done here, and you guys were like working for nothing, pennies. And
Well, it's fun though. That's for sure.
yeah, so guys, we're getting started here just a little bit late. Masters yesterday. A lot of people watching all over the place. Rory McIlroy wins it.
About time. It's about time he won.
I have a feeling ratings for yesterday's Masters are going to be amazing. And you had two Europeans battling it out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter. Appreciate the birthday wishes. Hale won it all from sunny Orlando. We got a listener in Orlando today. Chris left St. Louis at 60 degrees, landed here to balmy 80.
Oh,
Well, it was
wow.
like 84, 85 yesterday, and today it's supposed to be like 69.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
About time. I'm ready for some warm
Hell
weather.
yes.
That's for sure.
Megan's back with us today, guys. Glad we'll start the show here talking about what she's been up to. Very, very, very busy. Donna says, "Oh, please, no tariff talk." Yeah, but it's the thing about the tariff talk, Donna, is this: is you talk about it, but then you have to see the successes that are coming from it. And of course, as always, we'd love you to listen, but you don't have to. I mean, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a huge part of just Trump, like just getting into office and just starting off the year doing something that should have been done years and years and years ago. And it's tough, and it's, you know, it can be a scary ride, but like any necessary things, I mean, you've got to weather it. That's for sure.
Hey, Joe, I'm sorry. I know normally I just had to get one other thing.
Okay. I was wondering why we haven't started yet.
Well, I was catching, we were talking a lot and I had a couple more things.
You're good.
Hold on a second. I love it.
Yes, Greg, we did. I think Vic's going to talk about
what's that?
The bill.
The bill?
The bill.
I don't know. What bill?
The big beautiful
Bill Maher.
Bill?
Oh, that bill. Bill Maher, yes. Of course we are.
I said this morning, Greg, when we were talking before the show started, I think that everyone needs to see that. I really, really do. I think that especially people on the left, I really think that they need to watch that. Hi, Connie. Thank you. How are you?
What do you need to tell Megan?
I was just going to tell her to pull her mic a little bit further in front of her face because you have it underneath your chin.
I thought I've told her before to put it on her chin, but maybe not that.
Yeah, that works.
Not in her chesty breasty.
Hey, Joseph George, how's this?
That's better.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you still hear me okay?
Yes.
Time to. Okay, Joe, my man, go ahead and start us when you want here, bud. Oh, are we on the show already? That was quick today, wasn't it? Greg says, Joe, be nice. Vic's getting older. He might forget a little more than often. That is for sure. Greg, did you see Bill Maher? Good to see you, Megan. Good morning to everybody. Cancel This is here. Vic Faust. Megan Marie Moret flowed right off my tongue. Like she hasn't, and my lips, like she hasn't been away for a while. Pro Joe, of course, in the house, making sure we look and sound as good as we can. Lots to get into really quick. Trump's big weekend at UFC. His health report released. Isn't that interesting, Megan? We never got one of those from Joe Biden.
No, we didn't.
Ever. Michigan governor trying to hide her face at the White House. Bill Maher, as Joe says, he's been red-pilled a little bit. Trump actually talks about Jasmine Crockett. We'll let Megan tear into some of these Dems and all of their evil practices. We've also got more on the tariffs, the successes, what's happening, why things are working out. Oh, and by the way, never to be forgotten, Arizona, a battleground state, at least 50,000 non-citizens are going to be taken off their voter rolls. Oh, gee, like that was a controversy. But first today, we begin with our good friend, Megan Marie Moret. Megan, welcome back. It's great to see you.
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, I don't have to like every show. Where's Megan? Is Megan coming back? When do we get to check in with Megan again?
I'm here. This is great.
Tell us what's been up in your life. You look great. You sound great. And welcome back.
Thanks. Things are great. Just been really busy. You know, I'd like to say that it's great that I'm doing so much with human trafficking, but you know, it's great that we're moving some things forward, some necessary things that need to happen as far as laws are concerned, legislation's concerned, but it has been busy as far as victims are concerned the last several months. And so
what kind of individual things are you doing? Just so people, we have listeners that may know, we have listeners who may not know all the specifics, but so much goes into this.
Yes. So what I do personally in the human trafficking field is I am an advocate. So what that means is that I could have law enforcement call me, medical personnel, whether it's a social worker at a hospital, a nurse, a doctor, someone like that they feel like a victim has been identified. And because we don't have a great efficient system yet in Missouri, they will call me or someone like me. There's not a lot of us, but someone like me, and say, hey, this is what I've identified. This is what's happened. What do I do next? And so then we go from there. So whether it is getting them out of the actual traffickers' on confines, whether it's that they've been found on the street, wherever they've been found, or they're at the hospital, they've been identified, and just moving forward. So making sure that they get the necessary care, making sure that they get placed in whether it's a safe house or a recovery center, things like that. So it has been really busy, and there have just been the craziest, the craziest stories that I've encountered over the last couple of months, and it has literally taken so much of my time, and I'm okay with that. Like I'm grateful for that. But I mean, there have been, I'm going to tell you one that is just absolutely unbelievable. That when you deal in human trafficking, you think that like you've seen it all, you've heard it all, and you almost kind of become numb to things. And I get like a lot of friends and family will say, "Oh my gosh, like how do you do that?" I'll be in the car and I'll have a victim.
I get that asked about Megan all the time.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
Yeah. And so like I'll be like in the car and I'll have a victim call me, because I work with several of them at different times and at different points in their journey. And like my kids will be in the car and I'll answer the phone, and we'll be working through this. And like now even my kids will just kind of be like, it's just mom, talking to whether it's law enforcement or a victim or whatever. But this particular story just blew my mind. So I was contacted to help a girl that she ended up being in Pittsburgh. She was stuck in an Airbnb actually, and she's been being trafficked for a long time, a young girl. And so I actually was able to get a hold of her and lead her.
What age can you say?
22.
Okay.
Yeah, so 22. And so just stayed on the phone with her and led her through the entire day. Basically, I was on the phone with this girl, getting her to get an Uber to get to an airport while her trafficker was outside, because she had locked the door. I'm going to try to make a long story short. So I said, well, we just need to get you to an airport, right? Because there's security in an airport, right? So we know that once you get into an airport, once we get you to the other side of security, nobody can get you. So we got an Uber for her to go to the airport. And I told her, please, do not answer the phone. Don't answer messages, because this is when they start calling, blowing up your phone, saying, I'm going to kill you. I know where you're going. I know you're headed to the airport. And I said, please, of course he's going to, they're manipulators. That's what they do. Please don't answer. Don't text back. Don't do anything. Just get to the airport. And then she says to me, oh my gosh, he just texted me and said that he's going to call.
Of course he did.
Make a bomb threat and say that I have a bomb. And I'll be honest with you. I'm like, oh, of course he is. Oh, okay, good one. And I said, please don't worry about that. I said, he's just trying to scare you. And I'll never thinking that someone would actually do something like that. So I get her a ticket. I send her boarding pass. I say, now she's going through security. This is an hour and 45 minutes later. Just get through security, even though her flight wasn't, for several hours. And so she had to put her phone down because she's going through security. I said, okay, now put your phone down. You're going to have to go through, put it on the belt. She has nothing, by the way. The only thing that she had on her, thankfully, was her driver's license. She had nothing. He had taken her purse, all of her clothes. One of her biggest concerns was, I don't even have a bra on. I said, I don't care. Like,
what area was this?
So she's in Pittsburgh, and I'm trying to get her out of Pittsburgh, away from her trafficker. So she has nothing except for an ID, a t-shirt, a pair of, track pants type things, and sneakers. That is it. I said, do not worry. So she puts her phone on the belt, and I'm waiting. I said, okay, just call me as soon as you get, through, and, just, we'll talk, so I'm thinking 5 minutes at the most. 15 minutes later, she calls me, and she's like, they got me. And I'm like, who's got you? Oh my gosh. Did he send his, people? No, the FBI, airport police, and the local police in Pittsburgh, all there. He called and said that she had a bomb, even though she didn't even have anything on her.
What?
She didn't have a purse. She didn't have anything. Said, this is how crazy these people are. This is how much they will hunt you down and try to make your life miserable. So after talking to, the FBI, the police and everything, and working that all out, we were finally able to get her, out of there and safe. And so, but what's crazy is that him making that, that bomb threat, you would think that that would have been a felony, but it was 2 misdemeanors on a federal level. I mean, but he's the guy's on parole. And so, he's carrying, there's so many things.
So these are situations you're dealing with on a daily basis.
On a daily basis. But this one, I don't know why knocked my socks off. Not because of the circumstances surrounding it, but I have never, the means that these people will go to just make someone's life horrible. I mean, called the airport and said that this girl had a bomb threat. So she's absolutely traumatized, right? I finally get her to the airport. She is scared to death. She is sobbing and scared the entire time I'm on the phone with her. She's scared to death of law enforcement. Okay. All of it. And then all of a sudden she's basically being tackled as she's coming through security because he called and, and made the bomb threat. So everything, it was just so many different things. But anyway.
Are you being threatened ever in this industry?
No, never. Never.
If you ever were, would you stop?
No.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't. You guys, there's so much that needs to be done in this industry, and there's just not enough people that are willing to do hard things. And there's a lot of people that, I hate to say it, but they're simply not doing their jobs.
Well, I think it was you. Didn't you reach out to me and ask me about friend of the show, my friend, State Senator David Gregory?
Yes.
You've got to update people on what you were doing. I mean, because not only is Megan doing this and it's in her heart, and you told us before, you weren't the victim of anything like this that you help people of. You just had it in your heart to help these people. Megan is now in Jefferson City writing legislation. This is so great. Yeah. Let people know about what you've been up to from that standpoint, and maybe how people can also help out.
Yeah. So, and it's great that we're having this conversation today because Senator David Gregory is launching his this bill this
and before
week.
You talk, I'm sorry. Are you still on X as well? I couldn't find you on X.
I am, but I'm not. I don't go on there very much either.
No,
I'm still there.
I was trying to promote. Are you under @Megan Marie, or I couldn't find you? I was trying to promote that.
I don't even know. Do you want me to look and give it to you real quick?
If you can, that's why I was interrupting. I just wanted to promote the fact.
I'm like, I think I am. I go on there. I try not to go on there.
In the meantime, Michelle says, "Good morning, all." Jeannie says that guy you were talking about drew attention to himself.
He sure did. That was the worst thing he could do.
Greg says, I'm not crying. Okay, I've got tears. God bless you, 3M.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
And of course, Tanya says, great to have people like you, Megan, who help people.
Oh, well, thank you. There's, and there's a lot of good people that help people.
And I didn't mean to try to get you off that. I just wanted to promote
that's okay.
that
It's at Megan Moret.
Okay, yeah. I got it. Thank you. Yeah. But you were telling us about the work you're doing now in Jefferson City.
Yes. So David Gregory now, he's great. And with all of the things that he's pushing for too, as far as making sure that if there are illegals and they are criminals in Missouri, that they do not have a place here. So he's very, very passionate about that. And he has now become passionate about human trafficking as well. He was just basically like, tell me everything. And like so many people, he hears the buzzwords, especially him being so popular in the Republican Party and unpopular from the left because he is doing things. He is moving the needle, and people know who
the
he
left
is.
hates him, don't they?
They do because he's not afraid to do the right things. He's just not. And he's not worried about it trying to appease everybody. He's doing what he needs to do. But like so many people, he was like, oh my gosh, like tell me everything. And human trafficking, as we all know, is like the buzzword, and it has been the buzzword, but you just don't know a lot about it until you sit down and you really have conversations about it. And he's like, wow, this is really, really messed up. And so he, being the brilliant lawyer that he is and politician that he is, he basically dissected everything after getting all of the information, and has put together a bill, and it is just going to be amazing, and it's going to address so many different things about human trafficking, but mainly in Missouri. And so the three key words that we're using when basically composing this bill is education, intervention, and recovery. So making sure that the right people are educated about human trafficking, making sure that we have an intervention, like a best practices, a protocol here in Missouri for what happens, because there are, like I said, there's only like a few of me. And so unfortunately, there are a lot of people that are being trafficked. And so we have to have intervention. It has to be quick. And then we have to be able to have a place for people to go to recover and to restore themselves.
Is there a lack of okay, by the way, when might we see a bill? I'm assuming this bill will be a slam dunk, right?
I sure would hope so. I cannot even imagine in why anyone on the left would not want to pass this bill.
And it seems as if it would be so good that it would be something that could set the standard nationwide.
Oh, believe me, the way that he, because he's got the political mind on another level. He's got the lawmaking, mind on another level. I come at it with just human feeling, experience, and everything. But the way that he, composed this is just that, like, this will be the example for all states. And it's sad that it hasn't happened yet.
Well, we need to get you on Fox News and Newsmax for sure. Yeah. Somebody who knows context there, please let them know and send this to them to get Megan on. And then, I could see Megan doing her own show on Fox News. So I'm not kidding. Gosh, and I'm not BSing. It's just one of those things. It's one of those subjects that should be talked about. You do it, you live it. There isn't money that's put into this to even pay people that should be doing this. You're doing it out of the goodness of your heart and time because of the situation you're in. You can devote time and effort instead of hanging out and enjoying some sort of country club membership or playing golf or working out all day. You're hanging out in some of the worst streets in America, and you're trying to help some of the people who are in those places. If anything, just to bring attention to money to the subject, to bring freaking attention to this.
Well, and here's the thing too, because one of the first things I said to Senator David Gregory was like, can we just doge the crap out of human trafficking? I want to doge this. So I started pulling all of the monies, where all of the monies were coming from on a federal level.
I don't think Dave was ready for this, Joe. Yeah. I can see you in Jefferson City. It's like,
he was
all
just
right, we're going to tear this apart from the get-go.
Okay. I got to tell you something. I have never seen people, and I'll just use him for an example. I have never seen people work as hard as these guys do. So, a typical day, in Jeff City, you go in, they're in the office, they are on all day. They are on the floor, they're coming back off the floor. You've got people wanting to come visit you. So you've got young people coming in to visit you. You've got old people coming in to visit you. You've got, House representatives from the left, from the right coming in. They want to tell you about their bill. They want to do this. They want to do that. So you spend a day in here, you don't eat, you don't drink. Well, they have pots of coffee going all day.
This is why session's about 5 months.
So they do 12 months of work in 5 months.
That's right.
And just to see how hard these people work for us, for their constituents, was so humbling, and it was just so amazing to see, because they do not stop. I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, do we get to go eat now? Like, can we go eat? There's no break.
Okay, 2 things. This bill has to be called something. So I'm curious, because I know how bills work.
Yeah.
Did you guys give it a name, and who gave it a name if you did give it a name?
It does right now. It's all numbers. So it won't make any sense. It's, like 78910.iou, whatever. But
8675309.
you got it. But so he's, like I said, like he's launching it this week. I am just
Why don't you give it a name?
Well, it has to be, and he's so kind because he's like, you name this,
Of
you
course,
do this, you do this, and everything. But here's the thing, and we have so much fun trying to name things because what we have to remember is that it has to be bipartisan. So you want to make sure, and how sensitive the Democrats are, and how they they name call and they redefine all words and everything. So we've had a blast actually just naming different things and then kind of doing them funny because just to see if you could if you can get a rise out of people. But at the end of the day, it is so important that that we do make sure, because it's not a political thing. It's a human thing, and we have to take care of people. And so we want people from both sides of the aisle to come together and to support this and make it happen. And there are some bills over the last couple of years that I have gone and and seen been presented on the floor. Some have gone through, some have not. So, before all this, we had to go in and we had to make sure that we weren't doing the exact same thing. So we had to go through all of the bills on human trafficking that have been presented, make sure you take what works, what doesn't work, and then what we want to do.
Is there a human trafficking czar, as far as in the Trump administration?
Well, so
I'm creating the position right now for you.
Yeah. There was one. There was a woman that was supposedly, overseeing human trafficking. No.
Yeah.
And here's the
Kamala
thing.
Harris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
No. Glenn says the 3M bill. Unfortunately, that company 3M. But I like the 3M bill.
Yeah.
Megan Marie Moret.
Yeah. So I think, Patty, you're asking how can we help? And so I think that basically the best thing that people can do is, you can write into, our lawmakers, our Missouri lawmakers, and let them know, like, hey, we need to support Senator David Gregory's
Do you know what
bill.
lawmakers would these be? Senators?
It could be you guys,
or representatives?
anyone, because it's presented to all. And so the more support that we can get, the better. And it just, like I said, there's just no reason at all that this should not go
these stories
through.
hit home. Karen writes, hearing this from Pittsburgh really hits home, guys. My niece Kayleen was kidnapped. We couldn't find her. We did find her body 2 years ago. It was so sad.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And it probably really does hit home for you because it's a place that you have attached a bad memory to. But you guys, it's happening everywhere. There's so many things that I would love to tell you that are like going on here in St. Louis. I just don't know that I can because of investigations that are going on. But there are some really awful things that are happening on a regular basis here in St. Louis. And what I can tell you is that involves children. And it's awful. And if people would just start doing their jobs, there are so many people. You asked about an HT czar on a federal level.
No, I'm coming up with this, and I knew people as soon as I threw this out there. Glenn says we need to get you a Dan Bongino, maybe from that scene. No, when people meet you and see what you go, because your insight and knowledge is second to none because you live it.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Well,
you choose to do this.
And the biggest thing is that, like, I want people to know how they can help. And
is there a website? Joe was wanting to know if there's a website or anything that people can study to help.
Well, I mean, if I were you, I would go to Senator David Gregory's website because that's where,
at least in the state of Missouri.
Yes. And that's where you guys will be able to see the bill. I'm not, I believe that you'll be able to understand it because, I mean, it's just written, pretty darn clear about what we want to do. And you guys, he's going all out. Like, I mean, he wants to have a task force here in Missouri. Like, he wants to, what he told me this morning, he's like, you tell everybody we're coming for
You
them.
talked to him today already?
I did.
Good.
Because this week we're launching, and so I actually leave today.
Oh, where are you
later.
going?
Well, I'm heading to Springfield, so I'm doing human trafficking training
In
all week,
Springfield.
and I'm having dinner tonight with some, key players in Ozark, Missouri. Yeah, yeehaw. But yeah, so I'm having dinner with some people tonight in human trafficking, and we've had so many conversations with so many different people, and he's like, let them know we're coming, like we're coming. And so I'll be in Springfield, but I might have to go back and forth between Jeff City and Springfield this week, depending on what day he's going to launch this. So yeah, so there's just a lot going on. And like I said, it's unfortunate that we have to put so much time and attention towards such an awful thing, but it is absolutely necessary.
Well, I just tweeted at Dan Bongino to please meet with you for the work that you're doing.
Oh gosh, you're so kind. And there are so many people too that in this field that they want to say that they're doing, whether it's advocacy or whether it's law enforcement. And there are just so many people, like that was my point that I was going to say. You asked about, an HTSR that's overseeing on a federal level, but like even on a state level, there are so many people that are supposed to be in charge of all of these things. And that's where my frustration lies. Because
but this is what makes sense to me, Megan. We're saving so much money from a Doge standpoint. All of this fraud and ridiculous spending, why can't that be reassessed and put out into an important field like this? Because it doesn't take a whole lot of money to make a big difference in a field like this, especially when so little has been allocated towards it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If I could show you how much money from a federal and state level is going to human trafficking just here in Missouri, it would knock your socks off.
A lot or little?
A lot.
Oh. So
Well,
people just aren't doing their
say.
jobs, I guess.
Enough
Okay.
that we should not be struggling, that I should not have to struggle, that it should not have to take me 5 days in some instances.
Maybe we need to get you with
secure
Elon.
a place.
That's
the thing is, so I wanted to know, on a federal and a state level, where is this money going? That's why I said to Senator David Gregory, I said, can we just Doge this, please? Because when you look at this, I want to know where the money is being allocated. And if it's being allocated correctly, then why are we having these struggles? And so
we've got the website
need more
up.
money? Yes, we do.
GregoryForMissouri.com. Once again, GregoryForMissouri.com.
Yes.
That's how you can help by going towards that. This is great information. I mean, that's why we miss you. We want you in as much as we can possibly have you. I know that you're doing some terrific work. How long will we be in Springfield?
I'll be there until Thursday night.
So are you educating lawmakers?
So, this is the great part that I love. So there's actually today, all day is the first day. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But today is stuff that I've heard a million times. So, but there's some new stuff that's going to be added, and this is all law enforcement. So there's some new things that are going to be added Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm going to go, I get to learn, which is what I want to do, but I also get to talk on an advocacy,
all right,
end of things. And
I'm really worried that she's going to be able to do a good job, Projo. I don't know if she's going to be able to talk.
I know, right? But this is the cool part. So on Thursday, at the end of training, we're going to do a special ops. So it's going to be, obviously law enforcement, basically it's a bust. So you go in, you get the traffickers, and then you get the victims. So I will be on the victims end of it, on receiving.
Okay.
Them.
We need to get you back in ASAP then to tell us about it.
Yes.
And you've done a terrific job. We could talk about this for hours.
I know. And there's so much to talk about. And
I want to give you the mic to get into the political side of things too.
Yes, you guys.
Because there's so much going on.
I mean, how about Trump?
Yeah,
good grief. This guy is coming in and just kicking things over and getting things done.
Thank you.
I mean,
and it's even the little things I think he's looking at and seeing. For example, he put out this Trump Truth Social quote about Holy Week, because it is Holy Week for Christians all across the world. He put this out, and it's so eloquently and directly said, this Holy Week, Christians around the world remember the crucifixion of God's only begotten Son, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And on Easter Sunday, we celebrate his glorious resurrection and proclaim, as Christians have done for nearly 2,000 years, in all quotes, he is risen. Through the pain and sacrifice of Jesus on the cross, we saw God's boundless love and devotion to all humanity. And in the moment of his resurrection, history was forever changed with the promise of everlasting life. As we approach this joyous Easter Sunday, I want to wish Christians everywhere a happy and very blessed holiday. America is a nation of believers. We need God. We want God. And with his help, we will make our nation stronger, safer, greater, more prosperous, and more united than ever before. Thank you and happy Easter. From the President of the United States of America.
Yep.
And I love the fact that he did it. And not only from a Christian standpoint, but he also took time to address our Jewish brothers and sisters. And I'm like, gosh, it's like he leaves no stone unturned. So Trump bringing it to the table with a message for our Jewish people and Jewish friends as well.
I want to wish the Jewish people in America and Israel and all around the world a very happy Passover. Every year at this time, Jewish families celebrate God's liberation of the ancient Israelites from slavery in Egypt, guiding them through the prophet Moses on a 40-year journey to a very, very promised land. The story of Exodus, which is retold around the globe and all over the world at every Passover Seder, is a reminder not only of the enduring strength of the Jewish people, but of the importance of putting our faith in Almighty God no matter what the circumstance. To all the Jewish families gathering with friends and loved ones this week, have a blessed Passover, and may God continue to watch over the Jewish people, the state of Israel, and the United States of America. Thank you very much.
I just,
Awesome.
I'm sorry. I still run into people like, well, I don't know, man, the stock market, he's freaking out, man. He's just too much. He's too much. I'm like, I couldn't imagine things being any better right now.
Yeah. You know, and it's funny about the stock market and everything that's happened. And the other day I was just having like this epiphany, and I was like, okay, so the same people that are so upset about what's happening with the stock market, let's use the bureaucrats, for instance. All of these people that have been taking money and misusing money and have been earning, let's take, you know, some of the congressmen and women that have earned all of this money, even though they only show X amount for a salary. There's all these things. These are the people that are, they want the instant gratification. They want the instant money. And there are just a lot of people like that. So they're not willing to do the right thing. People are so greedy, and people want, they just want to line their pockets. They don't care at what cost. And it's those same people that are so upset about the stock market because they can't see the big picture. They can't see what needs to happen, and they can't see what needs to happen down the road. And again, it just goes back to, this is not instant gratification for us. This is not to secure us for right now at this moment. We have a future in this country. Most of us have children. Most of our children will have children, so on and so forth. We need to get this ship in the right direction. It has to happen. Does it hurt? Yes. Any of us that have money invested, yes, it hurts. Don't look unless you need it right away. Don't look.
You're not taking it out immediately. That's why I try to. Were you leaving the stock market today?
Right.
No.
Yes. And anyone that invests should know that there's a pendulum and it swings. And did it swing one way far this time? Yes. But it will come back, and it's necessary. And so,
well, you took us into the financial aspect of things, and we're talking a little bit from a tariff standpoint. By the way, 50 countries have already offered 0% tariffs. And that was 0% tariffs on US goods, by the way. And that was in just 5 days. That was in 5 days. And also, you've got a situation now where China is asking the United States to cancel their tariffs first, and then they will. They're begging for mercy in the only communist way they know how. Just wait. Unfortunately, it'll be the Chinese people who are suffering. It won't be their elitist government and the communists that you see. But Donald Trump, I'm telling you, he has them between a rock and a hard place, as he did his first presidency. And if that wasn't enough, then you have more of a quote here, or at least it was an interview done, explaining what's happening right now, the success that Megan was talking about. And Joe, this was the video that I sent you earlier regarding the tariffs. I think it was with Maria Bartolomo, 0% tariffs, as we were talking about. Then 10 countries already locking in deals. This stuff is happening fast. It's very successful for America. It's not going to stop. Robert says China is done. I agree. The national and international news media, I'm not sure if they're going to tell you that, but it is what's happening right now. And here it is. Listen to what the latest is when it comes to these countries.
We've got everybody in the trade team and even deputies of people in the trade team talking to just about everybody on Earth. And I think that we've got more than 10 deals where there's very, very good, amazing offers made to the U.S. That USTR Trade Representative Jameson Greer and Howard Lutnick and the rest of our trade team and the president are stewing over whether those deals are good enough. And so I think that the one question that I have open in my mind is, should we go one at a time or should we announce a bundle all at once? Because we have so much progress made so quickly. And don't forget, because this president's plan was pretty much sketched the way you and I have talked about it right from the beginning, even before he was inaugurated. And so there have been a heck of a lot of talks that have been ongoing throughout the time that we've been here. And so even before the Reciprocal Trade Act was announced, I think we had 2 or 3 deals that were very, very close to being closed. And so the president will decide when he's satisfied with a deal and when he wants to announce it and how many all at once. But I can tell you the progress is.
Yeah, it has been astonishing. It's a matter of days. Something good happens every single day in this country. And I'll be Megan. First of all, Chris says China's economy will crash if we withhold purchasing their goods for even a few months. And I agree. That's how reliant we were. China is not the powerhouse the national media wants us to believe. China is the paper tiger we knew they were.
But here's the problem with China. They are proud and they are crazy. And they're
communist.
Exactly. And their pride, I have a feeling that they're willing to put their pride first. So it will be interesting to see and watch what does happen. And we never truly know what's going on in China anyway. I mean, we're just now 5 years later, finally able to come out and admit that the COVID, virus came out of the Wuhan lab. I mean, so we're working with a different, unique set of people and ideologies. So I don't know. I have a feeling that we're going to really have to battle this one out. But if anything, it just should show people and now that how much we get from China and how much we have got to bring things back to America. Just like Trump said when he was running in his first term, he said, America first. He was talking about China, people. He was talking about letting us be self-sustainable. Why do 80% of our pharmaceuticals, why do we have to get them from China? Why are we getting all of our Apple phones, computers, iPads, everything from China? I mean, we're this powerhouse. We're so great, yet we're so dependent on so many different countries for so many different things. And we have got to change that.
From the chat line, now they're broke. LOL, talking about China. It's not just USA that's going to tariff China. You guys watch. Other countries getting in line now. Great. Now the idiots will be protesting for China. I'm waiting for that one out in the streets. You never know where that will go. I just know that there's so much positive. There's so much good happening. And Donald, we trust from this standpoint, China exports more than they import. Yeah, yes. Exactly. And that's what's going to change. And of course, things are changing. And that's what got them so frustrated. And who knows? I don't know how they're going to act, Megan. But if they're poor and they don't have money, they're going to have to do something. Japan is really just as bad, guys, in my humble opinion, with India not far behind. But we see the positive that's happening with Trump. Finishing up on a couple of things with Donald, by the way, just to get it out, Donald Trump finally addressed Jasmine Crockett.
You guys, I can't even with
he
her.
hadn't given her much. And Donald Joe will pull that quote up here in a second. Jay says China has announced they are halting rare earth mineral exports to America. Yeah, they're going to do whatever they possibly can. That's fine. And Greg says, let's not ignore the truth. Every American company that went to China was greedy. Of course, all companies.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what Donald Trump had to say about Jasmine Crockett. If that's the Democrats' new star, they're in trouble. Period. Yes, thank you, Donald. We told people that if Trump ever addressed her, we would be sure to get that quote out. And he did over the weekend.
So she has now taken over my place for AOC. You guys know how I feel about AOC. I don't really truly dislike a whole lot of people. She has taken her place. And why we are giving this girl the microphone for anything, I don't understand. Why do we keep giving her airtime? Why are we even?
It's the reporters.
I mean, it's just crazy. I know, but they want to keep replaying things that she's saying. Everything that she says sounds like a really angry third grader that is,
worse than a third grader.
Yeah,
with her mouth.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, it's like, the curse words and the talk, like I can't even understand what she's saying half the time. And just the rage. It's like, why are we even, why? I feel bad for the Democratic Party. If that's the face that they have right now.
They don't have a face.
I mean,
it's really
I thought
bad.
AOC was bad enough, but this one, she takes the cake.
But Megan, things are getting better and better for conservatives, for America, for Donald Trump. Bill Maher even obviously went and had dinner, and it's taken a little bit of time for some of that information to get out about what actually went down. And in Bill Maher's only comical way he can, he's giving Donald Trump, I think, some credit. I think some big time credit. Here's a clip of Bill talking about Donald. And of course, everybody says it when they meet him and they spend time with him, they're in awe because he actually cares and he's a good human with a big heart. That's right, liberals, but they can't get that through their thick skulls.
Okay, so meet up in person. Maybe it'll be different. Spoiler alert, it was. First good sign, before I left for the Capitol, I had my staff collect and print out this list of almost 60 different insulting epithets that the president has said about me. Things like stupid, dummy, lowlife dummy, sleazebag, sick, sad, stone cold crazy. Really a dumb guy, fired like a dog, his show is dead. There's 60. I brought this to the White House because I wanted him to sign it, which he did. With good humor. And I know as I say that, millions of liberal sphincters just tightened. What I'm going to do is report.
That's just a clip, a small clip. It's funny. And
it goes on and it gets even better.
Oh, yeah. That was just one small clip that we were showing. He goes on to talk about him being a likable human being and leaning into who he is and following through on what he said he's going to do. And from the chat line, that's pretty shit or petty shit. Oh, Trump's been called worse by him. Of course he has. But Bill Maher is now being called out by liberals and Democrats for even going and for addressing this. And he's trying to toe the line, but he enjoyed his meeting. He enjoyed his dinner, especially considering the fact that, as we said here before in the show, all the Democrats that he supported before, they never invited him even to the White House. Not once.
Yeah. Well, the left only wants a Democrat or a liberal to come out and call him a fascist, call him a Nazi, call him a racist, a sexist, a rapist. Those are the only things that the left wants anyone to say about him. And so when someone actually comes forward and says the truth about meeting him, they just come undone even more. I mean, they just literally can't handle it. I have never seen people just lose so unregulated. I mean, they've just lost it. I mean, they're so irrational. They're so vile. They're so volatile. I mean, and it's just every day, all day. I mean, talk about decorum that you're supposed to have, and in Washington, D.C. and Congress. Are you kidding me? I mean, I can't even get over it. I'm like, I can't believe, like, I feel like I'm watching a comedy skit every day I turn the news on with these people. I mean, especially with Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah,
I mean, get her out of there.
They're losing. But don't you think her being around helps keep the Democrats and that moniker instead of just, as I've said it before, as my mom always told me, it's better to keep your mouth shut and let people wonder if you're an idiot or if you know what you're talking about than to open your mouth and prove them right.
Here's yes.
Let them continue to show how their party is.
But here's the thing, you know, as a proud American, I do not believe you know, there's a small group of people that represent our country, you know, in different levels, you know, and I mean, really, you know, you've got millions and millions and millions of people, and you've got this small little handful in there, and she represents our country. Like it should not be happening. And I think we're all smart enough to know that we have to have two parties. We have to have multiple parties. That's just how things need to operate. We have to have differences of opinions. We have to have checks and balances. But when you get morons like that running around and running the halls of Congress and whipping their heads around and, you know, using the words that they use and everything, that should not be tolerated.
From the chat line, people are unhinged. It's scary, Megan. They need mental help really bad.
Yes.
And
I mean, big time.
What about this? Tammy says, let's go to the Candace Owens. Is she going left again? I have not seen or heard much with Candace recently, but I promise you there is absolutely no way she is going left.
No. Why? I'm curious about that.
If you guys know anything, you can feel free to jump in and share that. Also with Donald Trump, something that we got this week, Megan, that we never got with Joe Biden. His physical fitness test, mental acuity test. Donald Trump has lost 20 pounds since his first presidency. Congratulations, Donald. Coming in at 6'3", 224 pounds, fighting out of the red corner for the United States of America. Unbeaten. Anyway, blood pressure 128/74, 78 years young, kicking ass everywhere he goes, energy out the wazoo. Oh, and by the way, scored a perfect 30 out of 30 on his mental challenge, the mental test that they give. 30 out of 30. Yeah. But we shouldn't be surprised when we see what he's done on a daily basis since he's actually taken office in January.
Yeah.
It's the greatest results ever.
And you know, and they're cringing at that too. They were just hoping for one thing, just one, you know, like even if like they were to say like that he didn't have 20/20 vision or something like that, they'd be like, see, we can't have a blind president. I mean, he's not fit. I mean, they're looking for anything. They are reaching and they are so desperate. And this guy just keeps turning around and making things happen.
Well, Robert says he looks heavier than that, so the camera does add pounds. I'm very familiar with how sometimes cameras put pounds on people, sometimes it takes them off. I'm not kidding. It does. That's what happens with poundage.
That's why I don't like to be in front of the camera. It makes me gain weight.
Oh, yeah. That's not fair. It's not right. It's just not right.
I just love the fact that this good stuff continues to happen. And the energy that he has. We know that I don't want to keep saying Biden because he was the worst president in the history of the country, and to compare yourself to him is not very good. But Donald Trump brought him up. He was at UFC. I want to run his press conference first, but he literally was at UFC Saturday with a thunderous roar again, with his granddaughter Kai alongside as well. We'll just go ahead and show you the pictures now then, because Joe popped them up. Love to show you the video, but every time we show you the video, we get knocked off the air, and then UFC approves it afterwards. They love what we do, and we promote the hell out of UFC. Dana White, Joe Rogan, and all those freaking badass men and women fighters. So we show you pictures. We've learned our lesson. Donald Trump coming in, the loudest cheer yet. Kai is the woman on the right, and Dana White, of course, in the backdrop there, coming into a thunderous roar. Some of the other pictures from the night that were really, really awesome, just to see Donald Trump there. He was with Joe Rogan. But I love this picture, Megan, because in that picture, it's just obviously you got Donald, and you got Elon and his son. And then I look around there, and then I see RFK Jr. It's just Ted Cruz in the backdrop there.
Who is there? Sean Duffy. sitting. Doesn't that look like Sean
It
Duffy's
does look
head?
like Sean Duffy, but I don't know if that's him or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Donald Trump was doing his dance in that picture. 78 years young, he's doing his dance, packed down in Miami. Glenn says, who takes their granddaughter to a UFC fight? That's awesome. And then, of course, Trump ringside. Look at Joe Rogan. I mean, just
Yeah.
think back to Joe like a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
The transformation that he has made. And Shaq was there. Shaq came over and gave him a big hug, of course. It's, as my friend said, I was talking to my friend Joel the other day. He's like, it's like everything just changed. It's like somebody just hit the button and America just changed just like that. Boop. And it's like, wait, what? Everything just like that? There's not even like a warming up period. It just went to the hot water in the shower without it warming up. Like,
Yeah.
bam.
Yeah.
Here we are. We're on.
Well, and I was thinking about this too, just with President Trump addressing all of the Christians and all of the Jewish people in America with it being Holy Week. There was a time not too long ago that there was a football coach who wanted to kneel and say a prayer, with the team, who received so much backlash. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember that. Just go back and Google it. It was awful. And now that we're able to, to bring Jesus back into conversations, to bring God back into conversations. I mean, just look at that turn of events is just really amazing. I thought about that the other day, and I thought about not just that coach, but all of the other maybe coaches or educators or mentors or just leaders in America that are trying to help the youth, that are trying to lead them in a positive direction towards, Jesus, because we are a Christian country. That, think of all of those people that, that their voices were torn from them and they were punished or things like that. And now you've got Trump that is just making sure that everybody knows that our country needs God. Those are his words. We need it. And that's just a beautiful thing to see.
And the energy that he has, as we were showing you, that whole event that night, well, it happened. And then what does Donald do? He's standing there at the door for the press that wants to talk to him. Mm-hmm. This is great. Listen to Donald. He's literally introducing Kai. This is Donald Jr.'s daughter. She is the top-notch golfer. And before we play the video, we'll play the video first, then we'll talk about Kai. But Kai's mom is now dating Tiger Woods. And for whatever reason, the Trumps are putting her out front and center. Why was she at the UFC event? It's very interesting. But anyway, here's Donald. Oh, remember those people? Oh, he's too old. He can't. Dude, he's just kicking ass at 2:15. Listen to this presser.
Okay, come on over. You know the fake news? This is the fake news.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How are you guys? Good morning.
Good morning.
We're just doing a little news conference. You want to partake?
I'll assume so.
She's a great athlete, actually, great golfer.
Yeah.
And great student, actually. So go ahead. Any other
Question. On Monday, you're having a meeting with the president of El Salvador.
Yes.
What do you want to achieve there? Do you have any concerns about that prison? People have said it has human rights abuses.
No, I think he's doing a fantastic job, and he's taking care of a lot of problems that we have that we really wouldn't be able to take care of from a cost standpoint. And he's been amazing. We have some very bad people in that prison, people that should have never been allowed into our country, people that murdered, drug dealers, some of the worst people on earth are in that prison, and he's able to do it.
Okay, we'll get out right there. Glenn says she was an awesome speaker at the RNC rally, especially for her age. She's a teenager.
Yes. She's so good. She was so kind. He's like, this is fake news. You want to talk to the fake news? And she's like, good morning. I mean, how cool.
Her disposition is really good. She was like, nothing fazed her.
Yeah.
Just kind of like barren.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing. And people in the conservative circles talking about him being the 50th president of the United States of America, 50. Sometime in the future.
That would be something.
But I feel as if they're putting her front and center for a reason, Kai.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I don't know if it's for younger voting. I mean, I don't want to show it, Joe. Just, it's so stupid. But the Democrats have resorted to, I like the positive here, but the Democrats resorted, Coachella is going on in California, which has been a total disaster. people waiting in lines 10 to 12 hours to get in, and 20-year-olds. I'm sorry, but I just know a lot of them are drugged up. They are. So they sent Bernie Sanders to Coachella to say that Donald Trump doesn't care about. Here, we'll let you listen to 20. This is who they put on stage at Coachella.
Oh my God.
Here's Bernie.
We need you to stand up to fight for justice. To fight for economic justice, social justice, and racial justice.
And whippets and ecstasy.
Now we got a president of the United States who, I agree.
These people have
He-
no
Some
idea
are-
what he's
people are
even
booing.
saying.
I heard a lot of cheers.
It's a
though.
hoax.
Cheers for Trump. Okay, wait, that was Bernie.
He
That's what the
is-
Democrats are trying to do. Bernie at Coachella. We're gonna take down Trump. I'm
Because
like,
people at Coachella are of sound mind to receive a message like that. I mean, give me a break.
it's $600 for a ticket, which is it is expensive. And totals showed it was 60 to 70% of the people did their tickets like on layaway.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
and that's who
That
Bernie's.
goes, yeah, that's
That's
who
who Bernie's. That's who Bernie's.
right. There, this is not the crowd that
Going.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's just
Desperate.
Thank you. Desperate. We show you all the positive and the good and the real and the facts, the nonfiction when it comes to what Donald Trump is doing. And it's like, okay, all right, thank you. But at 2:15 in the morning presser to talk about El Salvador and Kai, it just, I just things that we never thought that we would see from the first family, right? Ever.
Yeah. I mean, I still get a kick out of him just hanging out on his plane on Air Force One, just talking to people all the time. And then, all of a sudden, like they'll come into some rough air and all the, that you'll hear the ding, ding, ding. And he's like, oh, I guess we all got to sit down now and put our seatbelts on. We'll get back to this. I mean, he is just on. He's on all the time.
More good news too, coming because of President Trump being in office. Arizona fought, went to court, won, and now you're going to see over 50,000 non-citizens finally being removed from their voter rolls. When I first read that, I read it again. I'm like, wait a second. There was a fight to remove non-citizens from the voter rolls? Yes, non-citizens who've been voting in elections and having their votes counted. And there's been a lot of close votes with that being a, quote, swing state. So thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, conservatives. Thank you for the fights that are going on. Something tells me if Donald Trump was in office, or excuse me, if he wasn't in office and people like we had before were still in office, these things would not be going on. This is just doing the scorecard.
Yeah,
it's just remembering the
absolutely.
scorecard from that standpoint. Thank you, Todd. Yes, it's been an awesome morning, awesome show already from the birthday standpoint, especially with Megan being around. So, I mean, those are all the positive things that are going on. I'll give a quick shout out to Michigan Governor Gretchen Mueller, because I used to live in Michigan. This dingbat, and I say a dingbat because her actions were dingbatish. Literally, she went
So
to the White House.
embarrassing.
Okay, she wants to run for president. Her name was mentioned before. She's trying to gain attention. She literally, as we show you the picture, she was hiding her face at a visit, literally at the White House. You see her there. She's in the back corner. She was trying to stay out of video and literally this is a governor of a state, putting a book binder over her face.
So here, okay.
Sweet
Makes her
baby
look better.
Jesus, thank you for the dismantling of the Democratic Party right before our eyes.
In all fairness, it makes you look better.
Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
true. Well, so first of all, I'm still, I have not forgotten, as you guys know, like I remember things and I hold on to things, and I will not forget what she did during the pandemic. I can't, I don't care how much she's trying to act like she's coming to the middle. She's trying to pull a Gavin Newsom. She's trying to now, because she knows that their party is lost and absolutely crumbling, she's trying to find a way to kind of meet in the middle and make herself relevant again. And she showed up there thinking that she was going to have a one-on-one closed private meeting with Trump. And he's, Trump, he's like, come on in.
Yep.
We've got the press here. We've got everybody here. And she was like, oh my gosh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. She thought that she was going to have a meeting, and she she about died when she showed up because there she was for the world to see. All of the liberals and all of the Democrats
She's
could
like,
see
oh
her.
shit,
Yeah.
I'm in the Oval Office. But last week, Gretchen Whitmer also said that she agrees with Donald Trump on his tariff situation.
Yeah.
Because she had to, because she's trying to save those votes, because eventually it's going to bring manufacturing jobs back to Michigan.
And
it will.
That's a big manufacturing state.
Margie says, great to see you back, Megan. Happy birthday,
thank
Vic.
you.
Glenn says, Meta is on trial today. I did not know about that. Yay, I'll keep that track for tomorrow. Robert calls her Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Yes. She also mocked Catholics with her Dorito skit. Yes, she did. That was during the campaign. It was nasty, but that's who Gretchen is. By the way, she has ties to the Soros family as well, hiding her face as well. I promise you right now, she's going to run for president. She'll be one of the people who is running for president.
Could see that
the next time it comes around, because that's what she wants to do. So
I hope that they show that. I mean, I do. I hope that I hope that we just keep showing that her covering. I mean, who does that? Like a child.
Desperation. I don't know. It's just,
yeah, these people.
It's just bad stuff. Joe, before we came out, I wanted to send you, Joe, I just sent this to you really quick. No, did you have time? Are you racing to Springfield right now?
No, I'm good.
Okay, because the time goes by so damn fast, especially when you're here.
Well, then when you're looking for that, let me just remind all
I sent it to Joe.
The listeners who I said this earlier, but it was, I think, the show before the show. I just wanted everyone to know that I'm not ignoring you. If you guys have messaged me on Messenger or on Facebook after Sunday, after Easter, I'm going to go look at all my notifications, and I promise I will get back to you. So I just didn't want anybody to think that I'm ignoring you. I'm just not on there until after Easter.
Yeah. So. And if you're coming in later to the show, we had Megan on, and we spent the first 30 minutes talking about all of the trafficking work that she's doing. She's headed to Springfield for a conference this week, Springfield, Missouri, to not only learn, but to also speak and train when it comes to trafficking of all kinds, specifically human trafficking. Her bill that she's working on with State Senator David Gregory. I've tried to reach out. I tweeted at Dan Bongino, because I do believe Megan should have some sort of a czar role when it comes to trafficking, at least helping something from a state standpoint, Missouri, and or a national standpoint with Bongino.
I appreciate that.
Jeannie says, great to see you, Megan. Of course, that website to help her get involved is gregoryformissouri.com, gregoryformissouri.com from that standpoint. We like to end shows on positive notes too. And that's what we've been trying to do. Are we ready to go with that yet, Joe? I had just seen it come down. We've been showing you all the videos. We showed you the military one last week, military recruitment at an all-time high now. Oh, gee, I wonder how that happened so fast when J.D. Vance went and visited the Marines. Every branch recruiting up and almost at where they need to be. Here is a new Secret Service recruitment video. It's just badass.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear a shield. They don't seek the spotlight. You will find them hidden under the shade. Heroes nearly invisible, unseen, unwavering, guarding our leaders' lives at all costs, with sharp eyes and steadfast courage. They step forward to safeguard the heart of our nation, bravely putting themselves between every American and the dangers of an uncertain and chaotic world. Sometimes being a hero means staying in the shadows, watching where no one thinks to look, being smarter, faster, stronger than a threat no one else sees before it arrives. Not all heroes wear capes, but when you serve with us, even when no one sees you, someone is always looking up to you.
The United States Secret Service is calling for a few more heroes. Will you step forward?
Give me the chills.
Heck yes.
Oh, I love it.
I know we like to joke around about Kristi Noem not meeting photo ops that she's never met, but damn, that's a damn good video. Yeah, you can bet that you're going to get the best people possible for those positions right now. It's all part of America changing, making America great again, proud again, patriotic again, safe again, richer again, healthy again, smarter again, all of the things, kinder again, everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Joe, did you want to add anything? Badassery from Jeannie. I love that word.
It.
Awesome,
No,
awesome. Yeah. And there you go from that standpoint. Real quick, thanks to advertiser sponsors. Wenty's in the Chesterfield Valley. Thank you so much. Check them out. Wenty's, 18,000 Chesterfield Airport Road, 789. I don't know your favorite foods, whatever it is.
Oh, my folks are
Are they
on the
in
Wenty.
now?
Oh, they're on the Wenty's. They're in the VIP club now. Yeah, they love it. But they get lots of different things. They step out of their box every time they go, and they love it all.
Yeah,
So.
you know what? I was there this weekend. I did wings this weekend. I had to have wings again.
It's your birthday.
Damn, I had to have those damn wings again.
I'm jealous.
Yes, it was great. Actually, they had their fried clams too. I was like, how can everything taste so damn good?
Too.
I was like, what the hell? I like fried clams here as well. Check it out. Ben and Marla, supporters of the show from the get-go. Grateful from that standpoint. As I said on Friday, I went to Capriati's. I had the tuna fish sandwich. Loved it. They were packed. I texted Jonathan. Jonathan was in last Thursday as a guest for the show. Told him I'd be there on Friday since it was Lent, and I would have their tuna fish. I walk in literally thinking I'm going to beat the rush. At 11:43, there's 8 people in line. And and there's 5 people cooking up, working. So let Jonathan know that you appreciate him advertising with Cancel This. They're doing terrific over there, but they got me in. Once I ordered, my food was to me in like 4 minutes. It was that fast. I was like, okay, this is good. I like it. You guys check it out. The Wagyu beef, the tuna fish, the fresh roasted turkey, the Bobby. I basically call it the Thanksgiving Day turkey sandwich, which has been voted the #1 sandwich in America. Also grilling. I smelled some grills going yesterday in the St. Louis area, around the country as well, talking about Rockwood charcoal, some of the best charcoal in America. You can get it at locations all throughout the St. Louis metro area. Also around the country, you get it at Ace Hardware.
Yeah, I was one of those people you were.
Oh, you were?
The grill, yeah. And it was Rockwood charcoal, actually.
Oh,
natural charcoal, breaks apart in your hand, not like the other things. Check it. You don't want the nasty stuff all over your freaking food. Don't do it. Don't do it. Also, get your plan together when it comes to real estate. The market is changing. Many more people. I'm telling you, I'm predicting. I think rates are going to be cut in May. I do. I think Jerome Powell's going to have to cut. Get your real estate plan in place, whatever it may be, whatever it's not. It doesn't hurt to make a phone call. You can give Megan a call, Megan Livingstone, 314-249-1708. That's 314-249-1708. She's busy. She's out and about. She knows what's going on. That's Megan at experience-re.com. Megan at experience-re.com. Once again, you're heading to Springfield.
Yeah.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
So when you go to Springfield, do you find a place to stay? Do you get a hotel? How does that all work out?
I'll be in a hotel. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be in a hotel, and then we'll head off to the conference area every morning. So we start at 8. So got to be there at 7:30.
You do so much for your boys. What are they going to do without you?
Well, it's funny because that you asked, because my dad has to pick up one of my kids from lacrosse practice to go to soccer practice tonight. And so because I'm normally home, during the week or whatever. So me and their dad, we have everything like just coordinated just perfectly, right? Well, mom leaving is like everybody's like, everybody's like, what do we do? Oh my gosh, what do we do? So anyway, so I get it. I text my dad yesterday. I'm like, my dad has not answered me. I'm like, what is going on?
You're pretty organized.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not pretty organized. You're extremely organized.
Well, so I wake up this morning and I'm like, and my dad responded to me at 3 a.m. and I was like, what is my dad doing up at 3 a.m.? So I'm like, I didn't even, and he's like, yeah, I can grab Kellen. But I'm like, what are you doing up at 3 a.m.? And he goes, actually, it was at 11, and which makes sense because at my house, we have the worst like service that it was delayed. But I was like, okay, 11. He's like, you got me and your mom on that Queen of the South show. And he's like, I'm not sleeping well. I'm not doing well. He's like, I've been up. He's like, and I'm like, I know. Have you guys watched that? I was late to the game.
No, but I've heard about it.
I mean, it messes with you. I mean, it's intense.
That's the problem with some of these shows. It's like, oh my God, it's like I'm addicted.
But anyway,
something like that. I was trying to go to bed early Saturday night, and you know what came on? Do you remember the old movie? No. Malice with Nicole Kidman, Alec Baldwin.
No, what
And
happened?
Alec Baldwin's a doctor, and she's married to another guy. I can't remember the name of the actor. You guys will put it out there. But then her and Alec Baldwin plotted this plan against him, where she would leave her husband and be with Alec Baldwin, and they were going to cheat the system and get like a $20 million payout, saying that this doctor removed her ovaries when he shouldn't have.
My word.
But it was all a plan that he was doing it on purpose so that they could sue him, and then he gets fired, but he runs off with her for $20 million.
Was there a helicopter at the end? Or is that a different movie?
No, but my
Okay.
point in it was the fact that I couldn't turn away. And it's a great movie,
Yeah,
Malice.
they suck you in.
And it did. And it so made me think about that. I was like, okay. Then I was tired yesterday and I didn't sleep last night. I was like, damn, I need sleep. But it's all good. Hope you guys are doing great. We appreciate you supporting us on Cancel This for Projo and Megan Marie Moret, 3M. She's off to Springfield. We'll check back in with her. Yes, the shows are always amazing when she is here with us. I'm Vic Faust, guys. Thank you so much for the fastest hour plus of news talk and where this country's going and Donald Trump and your podcast platform on X and Rumble and YouTube. We are appreciative of that, and Facebook, of course, as well. So, guys, have an awesome day. We will catch up with you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.